Hi guys, it's Christy Blake. I am something weeks, 9 months post-op almost. I think I just had my 9-month surgery, but really I have no idea. This is what happens when you skip a video from last week. Maybe in 34 weeks, maybe 33. I don't know. We're just going to have to gamble. Okay, I had VSG surgery on June 19th, 2013. My starting weight was 258. Day of surgery 250, and last week and the week before I was 185. I think I might have gotten down to 184, but this week I'm 185, although I did not weigh today, so I could be 184. I'm kind of toggling, like, in between 184 and 185. I feel like I should measure or something to make myself feel better about this stall I'm in. But I've lost 75 pounds. I don't really know. Let's see. 65. No, I haven't lost that much. It's like 72 pounds or whatever, but whatever. I just got out of support group. It was boring yet fascinating. It was good. And so I'm sorry that I did not come to you last week. I just had nothing to talk about. And maybe I should just got on the video and said, hey guys, I have nothing to talk about this week. I'm super down because of my stall. I feel like I'm being a total slacker. I'm 9 months out. I can eat whatever I want. I haven't been going to the gym so regularly. I have been going, but not so as much as I was going. And I'm just being a total slacker. I haven't been drinking my water. Really working on that today. Water. I'm trying to make one thing my focus, but we'll get into that. Anyways, support group tonight, we talked about, you might have seen Facebook pictures posted by Sarah at Nerd in Oregon, and that would be me. She's like a celebrity in our class. It was really funny. We were sitting there, and like she walked in the door all late, and movie star-like, even though she's just a regular person. I love her. But it was kind of funny. And this girl goes, actually, VSG Fly Girl, she's so cute too. She goes, and like she was so excited that it was Nerd in Oregon that just came in the class. It was really cute. I was seeing a moment of like, I don't know, she was really excited. It was cute. Okay, so anyways, we talked about butt muscles tonight. No, we did talk about that for a minute, but I'll tell you in relation to why we talked about that. They were talking about how some people have really sedentary. Shoot, I don't even know what the word is. I'm so dumb. I don't know. Anyways, they have jobs where they don't move a lot, right? And they were just saying that you could be a marathon runner. He was comparing two people. You could take an overweight person that works at the mall and she's on her feet all day. And then you could take a marathon runner who trains and does the running, but she sits at her desk for 5, 6, 8 hours a day. And actually, the overweight person is more healthier, like heart healthy, than the marathon runner. So I knew this. I had heard of this theory before. But just talking about how when when you stay in the same place all day long for more than 5 hours, it's really bad for you, and that you're 75% less to lose weight. Or something like that. Especially for 24 hours, if you do it for 24 hours. Like when we had that snowstorm and I was sitting around not doing much. Yeah. And this is also why I think my endocrinologist says don't skip a day. So you should be lifting weights every day. If you do, don't let it go for more than 2 days. You could skip one day if you had to, if you were really sore, but try not to skip 2 days, is for this reason, that your muscles not moving for a certain period of time is actually doing damage to your body. So that was interesting. We also talked about the scale. Many of you may love your scale, maybe you love it too much, maybe you hate it. You know, people have these weird relationships with their scales. And he was saying you shouldn't care about that, but that if you are going to have a relationship with a scale, maybe have a body comp scale, something that's measuring your fat and your muscle, which I would really like. So if anyone, you know, my birthday's not till May, but if anyone wants to send me a body comp scale, feel free. Just message me and I'll give you my address. They're like $50 on Amazon, so I'll be asking that for my birthday, because I would really like to know. You guys know that I'm totally obsessed with muscle versus fat, and that why I really try to keep doing my workouts and doing my strength training every day, which I don't do, but that I should be doing, and that I really care about what the endocrinologist says and like that number, to make sure that my body fat is going down and my muscles going up, so that later on when I get to maintenance, that it is easier to maintain that weight loss, instead of if I'm a big bag of skinny fat. Does that make sense? Because you can be skinny fat. You can be skinny, but with not a lot of muscle. So that weight would come back faster if that were the case. So does that make sense to everybody? Any questions? Raise your hand. Comment below. Okay. Next thing we talked about was the stages of change. This was interesting. Now, it was kind of basic and it was a little bit boring, but in the end, it was really good, and I think I needed to hear it, because not only is this for myself, but I see it in my brother and other people. So I'll just run through quickly, because we're already at 7 minutes, but the first stage is pre-contemplative. This is, when they're not really aware they have a problem, or I have a problem, that you kind of blame how you are on somebody else. This is very hard to make somebody change if they're in their stage. And you can go in different stages during your life, and during, especially during weight loss surgery, we definitely go through all of these stages. Maybe we were unaware we were fat. I was pretty aware, but maybe you were in denial that you're really that big. I was definitely in that stage. So the next stage is contemplative, which you're aware. You are finally aware that, okay, I am this way, or I don't work out, or whatever this thing that you're going through is, change that you're trying to make. But you're not willing to change yet. You haven't gotten there, whether it's your head or whether there's always something in the way. There's those grass are always greener on the other side people. This may be you, or people that know there's a problem, but there's always something standing in the way. So very much my brother, he knows there's a problem, but he doesn't feel like he can do anything until he gets a job, or till he gets his own place to live. Like, he's not comfortable with where he's at now, so he's not ready to make the change. So, that makes sense. Preparation stage. This is when you're like trying to get all your ducks in a row. You go to all your appointments before weight loss surgery. You're trying to get all your ducks in a row. In fact, I think I remember saying that in a video, before you're ready for surgery. And then there's the action stage, where you've made all your preparations, you've totally set your mind to it, you feel ready, you feel supported, you feel like all the obstacles are out of the way, and it's action time. This is, you're ready to go, you take action and you do it, right? So then we're doing the action phase and learning all the good habits, and learning how to work out if you need to learn how to work out, or learn how to eat right, learn what to eat first, how to eat for our body. And then comes the maintenance phase, which, we're not quite I'm not in maintenance phase. 9 months out, I have about 30 more pounds to lose. But this was interesting because sometimes I feel like I'm in maintenance phase. I've lost a lot of weight, almost 75 pounds, and you feel like you kind of got it under control. You feel like you're a senior in high school, but really, you're a sophomore. Okay, people? Don't be ahead of the game. Don't be thinking you're a cool kid that you can go sit in the lunchroom with the people at the cool table, because you're really a sophomore and you got crap to do and places to go. I'm cracking myself up. I'm such an idiot. Okay, so this maintenance phase is where you might be lapsing. I've been having some lapses, not making the right choices. He says, embrace those lapses. I'm like a motivational speaker, huh? These are necessary for our journey. That the lapses help us to build confidence in maintaining the correct way. So fall off the wagon and you'll learn that if you've done 6 months of good habits, which I definitely did 6 months of good habits. I was doing pretty dang good for 6 months. That you are independently ready to maintain. Got that? If you can have good habits and be in action for 6 months, you will independently be able to maintain. I love that. I love that. That means that if I lapse, it's okay. I will have the confidence to get back on the horse. And I really feel like that is so true. That it was just like a light bulb went off. Anyways. Yeah. Have to have the lapse to have the confidence to come back. The other thing he was talking about was, and then the last phase is relapse, and that is where if a person does get back to their bad habits, that's a relapse. So if I were to not recognize the lapse and make the change, correct it, then I would be in full relapse mode, where I might start making bad decisions again and gain weight and have to start all over. So that happens to about 40% of people that have weight loss surgery. That's what I've heard. Don't quote me on that, but 60% are successful, or maybe 70%, 30 to 40% not so successful, and they would relapse or significant weight gain. So the other thing is I need a goal. Okay, so you guys know how I've been kind of like, yeah, I don't really know where I want to end up. I'll just decide when my body gets there. Yeah, I think that's not helping me. I think I need to have a goal, because that will help me stay in the action mode and make those decisions, because I will have a goal. So today is March. Just kidding. It's February something. 24th, I'm thinking. What the heck is today? Yeah, 24th, 25th, 26th, something like that. I don't know what today is. I can't press the button on my phone because I'm recording on it. So, anyways, my goal is that by my anniversary, March 22nd, which is in about a month, I will lose 5 more pounds. So I will be at 180 by March 22nd. That is my next goal. Okay? I'm going to make good choices and try to get there and get back on the horse. Because that's just who I am and what I do. Because I recognize it. I recognize the lapse. Alright, that's my notes for today. And I love you all. Thank you for watching. I hope you missed me last week. If you didn't miss me, you might be bored of me. I'm totally okay with that. I've really actually noticed how much I've changed in even watching YouTube videos. But I need to get inspired again and pick up some old, pick up my phone, watch some YouTube videos. So I'm going to watch that VSG Fly Girl, because she was in my support group. And that's what I do. Support others that are around me. Oh, and we're going to do like a Northwest meetup get-together. So if you're in the Northwest, I think, rumor has it, that Sarah, Nerd in Oregon, and Chris Waffle, our newly engaged friends, will be hosting it. You're committed now, Sarah, if you get this far in my video. Okay, I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.